My first year was that year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then we should be speaking even Khoisan and
Hey!
she more biting cool
Send help ever
like it's
that means they don't love us.
depends on the month, ne? If I have plentiful supply of money, I'm that person today. I'm a car enthusiast first of all, so I can wake up today and be like, no, I wanna just buy myself thingy, a spider. What's that for car?
A Lamborghini spider?
No,
That can last for like a week.
Yeah.
for a week. I know. Now there's things like I'm a person who loves traveling. Go to US. I'm a clothes like person. Ting Gucci. Touch my
Every once in a while, you can spend that.
I go to fashion
Every
shows.
once in a while, like, but if you have everything, like, think about it, you're already rich. That means maybe you have a decent amount of cars, you have a decent amount of houses, you get what I mean? You have
I always
you have
buy
food,
more. I'm the
you
person who
have
believes
refrigerator,
into buying
you get what
more.
I mean? You got
Every
clothes,
time.
ice cream,
Every
I
single
feel like
time.
The most decent amount to spend is like, I feel like the most decent amount to spend on a single day.
No, I would spend it. Me not, guys. Nyathandi mal, man.
I get that.
That food, I don't think that's another thing that I wouldn't do because I would get fat if I was to do that. So I would do maybe even if I'm rich, I'd always be on a diet because that's how rich people present themselves. You have to be looking healthy, appearing. There's a standard that they do, but then it's like, yo, let's do
Skinny
it.
standard?
Huh?
Skinny standard.
Not skinny standard. You should look healthy before we ask you. Would say, are you thinking? How are you? You're not sick and all those things. When I look, you not necessarily sexually pleasing, but you have to boogie edge. Yeah, bo. That's what they look for. They
And
look for it.
how does somebody look healthy? That's what I'm trying to understand.
You take care of yourself mentally, physically, and the way you interact. You see when you walk in a room, right? You can see when the head's attaining and all those things. So they are seeing that, oh, this person really makes an effort.
Oh, so attention grabbing is looking healthy.
And
So what about the
fit.
people that don't like
Looking fit, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Your body should tell us that you exercise or jog. You get what I'm saying? Because that also exfoliates your skin, making your skin look even prettier and younger and fresh. You get what I'm saying? And also, on top of that, they should see that you have a good skincare routine. They should see that you have good nail take. You take care of your nails.
Oh.
On rich, there's this thing called
rich spirit.
the old money style. It's an old money aesthetic. The one you rock good clothes. You don't have to be poppy, having Gucci, having Versace, and all those things that make you actually
Like look flashy and
yeah,
shit.
and so on.
Yeah.
So in Teganjalo.
But like,
but it's looking
I don't know.
appealing.
Like I don't know. Hey, society
No, I'm speaking about, how I know this. If you're trying to penetrate into, okay, fine, even if I don't have money, just by looking that, having the look, having the everything, and going to a restaurant and having money for one drink maybe, and I network. Even if I don't network, people might see me and find me like they think that I have a good social status like that, because rich people don't think about the money you have, they think about the impact that you have. So by sitting there at Camps Bay and buying myself a drink, maybe I'll talk to a rich person. That's why even I told you when I was, deals are made in the smoking room.
Yeah.
While we're smoking, we're speaking about things. Because I remember even that place, I met a lot of white people, business owners, and we were just in the smoking room and we were having good conversations. So it's a thing of like, just find yourself appealing. When you have a conversation, you can have a decent conversation, you're well spoken, you get what I'm saying, and also looking good. At the same time, you speak what you get what I'm saying, you give that impression. It's okay, fine, when they see that you don't have money and all those things, it's not a thing that would dictate how they actually perceive you. They can see that you have a vision and you are living your vision, because waking up every day and being hard, so I saw this other video, being hard on yourself. When you wake up in the morning, instead of slouching and going to the bed, ask yourself, would the future me want this? What would I do when I achieve all the things? You wake up every day and you just look good. That's the first step. Wake up, hop on a bed, make your bed, go shower, and make sure you look good. Have a good outfit. And after, even before, you can go to the gym to make sure that you, when you're doing your skin, it's not like you have to have pores on your skin so that when you actually apply and rejuvenate it, it comes like even alone, because you can use vitamin C, retinol, hyaluronic acid.
Skincare routine and how people
You have
to look
everything.
healthy. Yeah.
Everything. It
But-
plays an important role in appearance. You don't have to have money to look rich, and you don't have to try hard to look rich. There's a huge distinction with the with people who are poor and people who are rich, and the people who try to look rich and the people who look rich.
Yeah.
Because you see, they always say the reason why black people are poor is because we spend this whole money, most of our money, going to get things like Nike things, Adidas things, so that we'll have an appeal of like, oh, I look good, I have money to do so. That's why even we all have iPhones now. It's a very versed thing. Everybody's trying to have an iPhone. It's because we want to have that appealing image of like you are rich. But then my thing is, then that sets a standard. That's why we don't have money. But then there's the people who look rich. It's those people, okay, fine, let's say I'm having a job. Even I'm a student right now. I know how, you see how I'm dressed up. If you want to get attention in the big boardroom rooms and have interactions with people who are rich, whilst you actually you're getting into the rich spaces and you're just trying to communicate. You in Kemp's Bay, let's say, and you're in one of the restaurants, you buy yourself a good drink, wine to be specific, because now you can start up a conversation by just having wine. You like, the person might say, what do you think about the wine? And tell us. You tell them that, you see, for me, I'll be like, roll it around, taste it. And then after you taste it, no matter how uyazi wine, hlala kancane uyipilise bese uyayigwinya uzobona ngathi okay uyazi wine, and then you that is too acidic, or it's chunky, and you all those things uyangithola.
Mina ngazi ngiyabuza nje.
But you can attract money by just doing that.
I'm listening to you and I'm understanding
like
what you're saying.
Huge, you know that fake it till you make it shit. I believe it's true, but then
isn't that what led black people astray in the first place?
No. It depends on how you do it.
Okay.
You see, there's people. The reason why we have Abo Kanyimbawa for today, it's because of how she was able to position herself. You get what I'm saying? Even I had to make this example, as he is actually doing good last season. Not because they are siblings, but you see, he had a show, Fake It Till You Make It. He's already making it. You get what I'm saying? Not in a sense of Fuguti he's still making moves. The mere fact that he has deals with Volvo and have a YouTube channel that's consistent like that, that's progress from just being a person who shoots videos and making skits. And you have a reality show. You get cameos in movies and all those things and series. You get what I'm saying? It's all about having this vision of yourself and looking the part, and when you get into rich spaces, know what you talk about, know what you say. You don't have to speak about yourself all the time, but rich people, they lack that type of person who can have genuine conversations with them. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Just cement yourself. Okay.
Facts. You don't have to have money to look rich. Just buy yourself a nice casual shirt, a nice pants, even if, depend on how you want to look. You can maybe wear blue jeans, maybe, you get what I'm saying, a nice leather jacket and nice loafers or something. Even if it's not loafers, you buy yourself maybe nice kicks. You see, even the ones that you're rocking, Jordan 4s, you can just look good without even trying. You see, Brent Fayaz, those are the type of, it's called casual, old money aesthetic.
Okay, so but clothing is very broad and deep, ne? And you know what I love the most about clothing, ne? The fact that it's very versatile. See, there are different people who don't look the same. So my dad is a designer. Right, so growing up, I was exposed to like these different kind of books, and now I realized Uguti, everybody has a different back structure.
But have you noticed today, especially with women, if a person on TikTok or whatsoever, there's this type of dress that are trending. I'm a dress all silk and in tambola. Yes, everybody was buying the same shit.
That doesn't look good on everybody.
That's
you
my
get
point.
What I mean?
Because
so
nobody has the ass for it.
Anyway, people have different back structures. So when it comes to drip and how people represent themselves, it's more on your body structure, your personality.
You can't even slouch. Look at me slouching.
Like your personality. Do you look the way you're dressed? You know what I mean? Do you speak the way you're dressed? You
That's
get what
my
I mean?
point,
Because
exactly.
some people like really be knowing how to dress, but they don't know how to speak. Like the way
that's what
dress.
I'm saying.
So now it's like you're creating a misconception. You get what I mean?
I'm saying?
So now people are now starting to realize that no man, drip is different. That's why ekasi, for example, you're gonna find a lot of I'm a butcher, I'm a skr,
I hate that term skr. Because you see another thing you were saying that you don't speak that. That's why people when they see you drip out like this, because they see I'm a skr. And I hate that, but then there's a huge connotation for it, isn't it? But yo dog, because they expect you to speak like that, so already you have to have the ability to communicate. I'm told.
And like it's like everybody has like their different type of way they represent not only who they are but what they are. You get what I mean?
Also,
so tell us what you think. Do you think that a dress code defines a person, or do you think that a person defines the dress code?
Let me put it like this.
Thank you.
How I started actually getting into rocking dripping, let me put it like that. Streetwear, because most of the time I do streetwear. But then how I started it, I was a fat ass. I was very fat. I was a fat as fuck.
He said fat ass. Body shaming himself.
Like no, not fat ass. Like I was chubby, like equally. Even you see Mkhize, So I started rocking these clothes. Actually, I started gymming and take care of my skin, jogging and all those things. But now I started wearing big clothes, so that when I actually go back and being the person that I wanted to be, I can. So I changed my whole body structure and I started rocking just normal clothes. It had to be big and also. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was not fat, but I was chubby, big thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started with small things and then I developed, because now I got more interested in this thing. Well, what do I want to be? Now I've gotten to when I started having enough clothes to do all those things, because now I would always ask my mom, my grams, everybody to buy me clothes. I was a shopaholic. I would go to the mall more than 5 times and get one item per day. But I have money to get anything. It's just that I want to make sure
whatever you're getting is what you want.
And does it work with what? You don't have to have a lot of clothes. You just have to have a lot of outfits.
If you know how to do this and that and put this and
maybe
that,
3 outfits minimum.
Yeah, obviously.
3 outfits minimum.
For real, bro.
Because yeah, we're taking into the
crop top and shop.
Yes.
We also see again
the
shorts, the baggy jeans, like you already know.
All
I have like
things.
7 different outfits.
Even the color of that thing matters. You get what I'm saying? So I started doing those things and I was like, now with doing all those things in your researches, it's like you're getting better and better. Now I've gotten, I think when I was in grade 11, I was in grade 10 actually, every day I treated like the world is a stage. I heard Bonang's mother saying that, so I'm gonna use her. I never called it, I found a way to put it, but I use the world as a stage, because even if I'm at home, I'm going to just a tuck shop, I'll literally,
Bro,
you hear I'm
they
saying
never
change,
catch me
lacking.
bro.
It's drip or drown, and I'm never
my
drowning.
mom is like, sing, and I'm like,
Yo,
okay, let me check.
bayazikhaya,
And my
ngithatha
mom is like,
isikhathi.
bro,
I take time to get
just
ready.
bread, like right here.
Uyangibona?
You know what I
So
mean?
into engibaselayo guys, cabanga sesikhuluma ngake. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Mandla Kamilavo in your ears, and make sure you stay tuned and interact with us on all social media platforms. You go by at Grandpa the Painkiller. When no spaces that is. Ngiphethe nje yabona i-co-pilot yami ke namhlanje.
Yazi, he's here with your
Udriphe
favorite
kanjani,
main character.
ucasula kanjani.
Uyangazi nje, nangimanzi nje. But anyway, my name is Usamgelisa Simelane, and welcome to Friday Facts.
Yes sir. Yazi ngisasho nje ukuthi uswenga uconsa amaphepha. Why ugqoke impahla zami? Like everybody manje bathi sijenene, like how the fuck ngasukile.
Ngithi mina ngizogqoka kanjena.
Ngithi ngivule iminyango, hey bo sizulu sami saphetha kahle. Ngithi ngivule umnyango ne. Hayo bo ibona ukuthi ngithukile. It's like, is this me? I'm like, what is going on?
But anyway, yabona ama synchronities, yazi ukuthi like alignment. But anyway, speaking of isiZulu esibhedayo, I heard you said something about thina abantu baseJozi. But guys, apparently kusho i-ghost uthi thina asikwazi ukukhuluma isiZulu. Thina sithi iqanda. Mina ngikaze ngizomuntu from eJozi othi iqanda. Thina sithi iqanda. Sithi iqanda.
Mina angithi iqanda.
Okay, fede ekasi.
Kade ngibabona abantu bayesho.
But no, like
most of Jozi people. No, okay,
it's like
should
me
I
saying
say
KZN bafaka Brentwood. Ufaka Brentwood njengamanje.
ngiyakubona nje ngoba ngufakanga.
Ngiyakuthola.
Wena futhi you are Swati, so you don't imply to that. But
Ouch.
then even uyayibona into ukuthi you see people who speak Zulu in Jozi, they speak it as like Ivinek, so they don't normally actually pronounce and actually acknowledge certain vowels.
It's like a casual language to us
Yes,
Zulu.
so
And
that's
it's
why
really from Jozi.
iqanda nithi iqanda yabo
Like
muthi
ayikho foreigner efika eJozi engasifundi isiZulu. I
Yabo,
guarantee
bazoswe
that.
bathi
So hence I don't understand how English is still our medium of communication in South Africa.
Oh yeah.
You get what I mean? Because ufika eKZN isiZulu siyakhulunywa. Ufika Western Cape they prati Afrikaans yabo and bayasikhuluma isiXhosa sabo. Ufika Eastern Cape
ufika usifunde futhi.
You get what and uzofika usifunde. If we are like all the foreigners that come and settle in our provinces,
Yes.
like all the different provinces, language yala bafike bayifunde and
There's no such a thing
like, you get what I mean? So
uzozenza,
why is it
because if you
still our
switching your
medium of
language is
understanding?
like what are you doing?
It's still our language of
Because even at home, I once spoke about we would have helpers, right?
Yeah.
So, like, as much as my grandmother would communicate to them in Tonga, and that's how I learned Tonga also, because now I couldn't communicate with the, the helper? Not the helper. Yes, helper is a good word.
It's a
It's not a derogatory term.
yeah, it's a
Not a
young
really.
flex term, you know.
Okay, if you're not into savings, that is a very
No.
auntie number auntie nazi. So it's a thing of like I had to learn Tonga because my grandmother would always assign me to teaching them Zulu.
Okay.
So they would actually learn and assimilate into Zulu. By the time they've stayed in the house for quite some time, they know how to speak Zulu actually fluently. And it's like, oh.
Everybody learns it. So nje uyabona ukuthi angifuni ukuthi kube ngathi mina ngithe kodwa ngiyasho ukuthi isiZulu ngabe yiyo at least
Immediately,
mina ngisho ukuthi angilwi namuntu angithi mina manje ama language athe.
But then let's be
South Africa
honest,
is well known for ushaka Zulu.
That's my point exactly. Inkosi acknowledge why Ushaka Zulu. As much as they say that, you see, I would like it to see that there's things like Ukun Mujaji, they are teaching people of other
Like,
tribes and all of those things.
And it's so beautiful. Did you watch it?
I tried.
Yeah, I need
The story isn't as interesting as it seems.
And bakhuluma ngale language.
You know why I was saying I agree with you when you said it's Zulu is if it was a medium of all communication. When you look at all the different tribes and languages in South Africa, except for the Eurocentric languages like English, and then there's Afrikaans, which is a mixture of Dutch and what you get what I'm saying?
And slang.
And slang, yes. So it's like isiZulu, it's more a core of all these languages. Because when you see isiZulu and then you look at Swati and you look at okay, isiVenda is quite different, but isiVenda is fun and it's one. Bese ubukela isiSuthu, instead of ngithi ngiyahamba, ngiyatsamaya, ngiyangithola Maya. Hamba. It's that is a bad example.
Very bad, but like
I'm looking for it. But you are able. It's
like,
more even. I'm a vowels. Yes, this is what I want to say. The difference is how they pronounce vowels. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, how.
Oh, okay.
Young
okay,
I made a weird example, by the way.
But Mina, I would feel like the medium. Okay, in Africa, like if you look at Africa as a whole, like not just in the southern Africa,
yeah.
Right? If we look at like Southern Africa, you would go back to realize because our history basically, kuluma is Swahili. Swahili is the most common language that all of us speak. You get what I mean? So if you look at Swahili, Swahili is one of the easiest languages to learn in Africa.
That
right?
is. I don't even know how Swahili sounds like that,
yeah, but
by the way. It's so irrelevant for me.
Yeah, because it's not, we don't have
we don't have it.
In South
even
Africa.
Khoisan, we should be speaking even Khoisan, but it's not even acknowledged as a South African language. But then we are able to. Sorry to switch.
Yeah, in the southern hemisphere, we like back in ancient history, like if you go 200 years, 200,000 years back, right? The southern hemisphere was more of like a deserted land. You get what I mean? According to the white man's history, right?
That's my point.
We wouldn't really know, but according to the white man's history, the southern hemisphere was a deserted land, and the only things that we had there were what you call this
Khoisan and all those people, and they thought that we were actually
they
that.
thought we weren't here or weren't alive, but like actually there were Khoisan people that were like there in the southern hemisphere. So I'm a Khoisan according to the white man's history, because I will he highlights it's not our history. So I'm a Khoisan did not have a tradition of their own, and they didn't have like, a language of their own.
But they are very.
But now that's where I'm also going.
But they are the ones about nations. What's this? The only people who actually are from South Africa.
You get what I mean?
Because all of us, we are actually foreigners.
Exactly. Yes. That's where I was.
They are the first people to be in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, we migrated from somewhere in the middle, and then we came here. So I'm a Xhosa because Khoisan, because I guess there were Khois. And then there were San people, and then there were Khois, and then there was Khoisan. You get what I mean?
I did grade 4 history.
Yeah, grade 4 history. You see, it becomes relevant.
Yeah, you know, that's why I always say I have a photographic memory, because when the teacher was saying
just like
this.
that,
yes,
you know.
Yes.
And so when that then now happened in our land, then Tina, we migrated. Swahili people, they migrated from where they were because they were running away from colonizers.
Yes,
you get what I mean? They did not want to succumb to that.
To their
so they left and migrated. And then when they came here, then they met Khoi people, Khoisan people who had their own cultures and own traditions. But because we're African, we're all African. We lived together in peace and in harmony. We had different ethnic group. Okay, not ethnic group, but we had different groups that weren't governed by one person if you think about it. Because Ushaga had his own thingy, he had his own land,
and then
Nyambos. You get what I mean? People were different. We were never one united thing, and we were like,
and you know? I always remember this other time I reference Itagazil. When you go back to Itagazil, it's people who come from the same. It's an ancestral line, because now. For instance, uGumede bokunenkosi uGumede bese kuba uQwabe kuba uPhakathwayo nayo nesigodi sakhe ibongo zethu. There was a king for that actually, where tribe, and then they would the only thing that was different about AbakwaZulu, it's because they were the ones who governed other kingdoms, young told. So they were the ones who are known for being fierce and fierce.
Because they had like a big army.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why. why they were like, it was like more forceful in a way, because if you
There
think
was
about
no
the
other
whole-
way.
If you think about the whole, like, do you know the whole Mfetsane issue?
I heard you were speaking about that this other time, and ngathi hayibo,
Like
wenzani?
Mfetsane, like you do understand ukuthi the whole Mfetsane issue. I believe ukuthi it was just to paint Ushaka as a tyrant.
Yes,
Because
most
if you think
definitely.
about it, Ushaka would have not done that if he had lived with those people for peace and harmony for many years. Ubebaxosha because they were bringing in abelungu. White people were
Unyambosi
using
naye wa-escape.
You get
I
what
saw
mean?
this other
White people were
Shaka
using
Ilembe,
other-
that series, that was very crazy.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
They whitewashed our history so they can use Ushaga
Ushaga
as a
as a
tyrant so
villain.
that we don't understand what Ushaga was doing. But if they're gonna say South Africa is xenophobic, then asiqale Ushaga.
Zulu. Yes.
Because Ushaga knew because these people did not come for the benefits of this land.
But they came to actually take from
They
this
wanted
land.
to take from this land. And as obviously as Umuntu who governs this land and have been living in peace and in harmony with all
For
these people.
past
You get what I
years,
mean?
a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
tell them,
years.
you guys come join us. If you don't wanna join us, then leave this land.
There is
Because
no way you're gonna
because
stay here.
there's no way you're gonna stay
'Cause
and
now
allow
you're
white
not-
people
no.
to come here. You get what I mean?
That means you're actually being like
That the massacre happened.
you're
He had
a
a big,
two-faced
he
bitch.
had a very big army, Ushaka Zulu. It had over 100,000 men. Amabutho
lapho
wakhe.
kuthi nje hey
Yeah, you saw
siliwa
that.
ngeqisho.
He was very big in the southern hemisphere. He's one of
There
the
was
richest
no other
kings.
way that he would have
There's no way that,
bebangeke bakhona ukumlwisa.
like, okay, bebangam
But when nje uyifundele empahle uyifunde euniversity.
ngifunda enyuvesi
Because I
because
remember I remember this other time you were reading a book which you have to do a report on
a
it.
report on it, like, you get what I mean. I just like the thing about me is that I love history. I love history so much because I in fact not even believe I'm now starting to understand how our history is shaping how we are right now and how we're gonna be in the future. You get what I mean? And people
Because it's
think
almost
when we say
they say history repeats itself.
yeah, people think that when we say history repeats itself, that like we're saying it's gonna happen
The
exactly
same,
the way
but
that
it will
did.
be-
There are patterns.
Yes, it
on
will
how
be the
things happened
same.
before and how things are happening
Even
now.
the struggle that has been going on, the financial struggle,
You get what
it
I
may
mean?
be not the same than the fight that they fought to actually get
But
us.
it is. You know, and also what I love about history, especially here in university, right? Because in my first year I did 153 and 151, right? So that history focuses more on evidence and artifactual things that are able to be proven. So what they're showing us is they're not really giving us the content,
content.
on how, okay, this is a
That's
history,
when
this
you
is who
actually
died, blah, 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 blah.
watch podcasts.
You
they
get what I
actually
mean?
tell you.
They're
the
actually
information.
showing us how a story can be different from a Eurocentric perspective to an
like we were
Afrocentric
speaking last week
perspective.
from these people American.
You
Bas
get what I
Papen.
mean? So now they're making us understand that everything that we have been learning about ourselves, about who we are, where we're from, has been whitewashed.
To that point, even that my children, my
colonization.
Africa shit, it is a good play, but then when you look at the way they positioned the characters,
Yeah.
they always paint black people as traitors. Even that thing, Tamim Bikwani, it was almost like he was switching to becoming a white person, assimilating with white people for his own benefit.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
So like everything that they have been teaching us about ourselves is been whitewashed for so long that now when we think of who we are and our origin, we already think of the white man.
Yes.
Oh, we
yes,
were
yes.
slaves. Hey, Abelung,
I hate people who always
Every
reference to
single
that
year.
point because it's like, what do you mean, bro?
Like, you get what I mean? Every
What do
single
you
year,
flipping
they
mean?
remind us of the apartheid. Yes, it's nice to remember where we come from.
But that's
But
not
it's
our
how.
story.
That's not our story.
Our story is-
Remind us of a South Africa that was before apartheid was
You
here.
know, I was watching
Remind us of Ubuntu bethu.
this old lady, because I have to respect her. She's a veteran. You get what I'm saying?
okay.
It's Abigail. I forgot her surname actually. The one that played Ugogo on Generations.
Oh.
The one,
I know
not
her.
Gog Flow, the other
Lalo,
one,
omunye,
Umagatid,
Ugog Abigail, yeah,
yes, Umagatid.
yeah.
I think so. She's also an
Tidi.
Tidi.
Oh, Tidi.
Ted. And then what she would do, she was speaking about how, you see, all these struggle songs, they always say that speaking about how history repeats itself. They always say South Africa doesn't take things seriously.
Yeah.
But you go back to songs that they were singing in things in back in the days, like those ones. It was a very tough time, but they would find a way to get joy from it. Those are the stories that are not told. Like, for instance, those songs. It's like what she says, actually, verbatim. She says that it came from a point of like security. You see, police officers, when they find you, they think,
search you.
yes. But that's what I'm saying. There's things, you see, then you go back to the current South Africa. Yeah, that's those things. It is very, even Madlamin, you were singing, hey, Madlamin. It's like, because I'm a poet, so if you look at Sophia time, they used to spill utshwala besiZulu in different types of brews the people brew to actually make joy from the situation. But they would create songs and find comfort in the unknown. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, comfort in the pain. You see,
yes.
it takes a different type of people to do that. You know what I mean? Because see, that we literally create, like, from every pain, from every situation, we find a way to make fun from it. We find a way to laugh when we've lost someone.
You
we
get
love.
what I'm saying?
We find a way, like, we always find a way to rehabilitate
ourselves in that
that
situation.
They want to take us and make us not remember who we are,
but make us to be the
they want us to be
impression.
scared and depressed, you know?
And it doesn't happen like that.
And it won't.
Because even one thing I said,
delay.
You see, university as a whole, it's also another thing that they're using to come against. It's filtered. I
think we should make like a day where we like the whole day where we speak about this education, because I have so many pointers on this. This education that they're feeding us is the reason why we are like this.
Even high school education.
Yeah, it is the reason that we're like this.
But
they're
what
not teaching us current affairs.
Yes, you see, when you speaking about being in high school, what were you expecting when you came to university to change? And you found, isn't it right now? You're saying the education is cack.
Yeah.
But like, what were you expecting to change in that aspect? Your expectations in university.
So, from high school, you were taught to expect green pastures in varsity.
Uzojole yekana wafana nojole mava.
Nojole varsity. Nizo, like, you get what I mean? Kumnandi mawufika lena uyazilawula, like, you expect fun, but the reality of it as a varsity student, it's not that much fun.
It's not fun, because tell me how are you going through all these things?
You get what I mean? You have limited money, you have limited time.
And NSFAS is not enough.
What is NSFAS?
That's my point, because
if we think about it,
because Missy, like, okay, just buying groceries, then it's
it's not even sufficient for the whole month.
That's why I'm saying high school
use it for groceries, by the time we figure towards the month end. At the same time, when you look at it also, we should be having money to buy clothes, not that it's a luxury. There's a huge distinction between being in high school and university, because now, as I remember when we were in high school, we always were very excited that when we come to university, you're gonna rock your own clothes every day, looking at the American aspect of things. But then now when you look at it in university, not that you're coming to show off, but at the same time you have to look presentable. You have to, because now there's this societal pressure right? And then mufika university, you come from a disadvantaged household. Like
which is 70% of South Africans.
Which is 70% of the students.
Because the people who are actually in the missing middle, or should I say middle income households, or they still have it. There's this thing that I saw, like mid-class, middle-class poverty. You have the nice house, you have the nice car, you have the opportunities, but then you're still poor because
exactly.
That's how South
so
Africa.
some of us come from households like that.
And then when you go back,
the house,
how much
the
more for a person? Yeah.
But it's like,
Like,
you know
okay.
what I mean? And then you get to varsity, and then uthola umuntu, like you are in the same class with that person.
But they have worse.
They have a math book taking notes while you're there with your
Ubhala
pen,
nge-Mcs
with
and
your
things.
pen, dog, and your 70-page book that
It's
has
like
13 pages.
left. Kunzima.
You know
Like,
what I mean? And
it's
these
not
people,
enough.
and
Yeah?
like she's just soft. And then in that same classroom, Motobega and Mover, somebody doesn't even have that 32-page where no
Unzima. I don't know how many times I've seen a person apheke rice ayifake soup must pay. Ngizinto
Like-
Nkosi yami ngiyabonga nale vorce ngifuthi.
Like,
Ubonga ngisho
bro,
poloni.
Bro,
Yabo
I'm
mune
telling
poloni
you,
ngisho movite
Send
inkulu
send
kabi.
help ever
Like
since,
it's not the
please.
one this one.
Like,
It's not
varsity,
only
bro.
about clothes, it's everything, you see.
Everything,
But
bro.
what did you expect about varsity Mjola? Because me, I thought, hey. But then the teachers were lying. The teachers were lying. You see, capitulations.
Yo,
Hey, guys. Ngitshele, Scott.
Hey!
Ngitshele.
Yazi mabasi uzofika ngasithi uthola isoulmate kusho ukuthi
Yeah.
ufika sowufaka ama-glass.
Uthi not even ama-glass uphethe i-microscope.
You know what I mean? Ufika nje uzoyifuna leyo soulmate. And umfika mfana wangila umfana.
Hey,
Hey!
bakila hayi kayi-1 kawu-2
Uyabona uyaphapha. Uyasibona. But anyway, like, you know, my experience with like dating in varsity hasn't been that much nice. Except of course the fact that, you know, I met my soulmate. But anyway.
Yeah, and he's not there. So how was being in a long distance relationship, by the way?
Like, thing is, we've been together
For quite some time.
for quite some time, and then
Nahlukana.
and then like the world
Manje,
got
what
in
makes
between
you
us.
think that this time it's
This time it's
gonna
gonna
work?
work out, because I feel like this time
I
we're
like
a
the
little
fact
more,
that you're touching your pulse while you're thinking about it.
yeah.
There's some special connection
Yeah,
to
there is. You know, thinking about it, shut up. Thinking about it, we're more mature than we were in the beginning. Because in the beginning, it was just like us.
You've
feeling
had
this
your
big-
whole phase also.
Yeah, I did. Bro, I did.
Last year.
Bro. My first year was that year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even
You know
wanna.
what I was thinking when I said that, what I experienced and what I was expecting in university. Okay, from my first year experience, you get that gist of like, okay, me for instance, I have been exposed to alcohol, but I was not drinking to go groove and all those things.
Yeah.
But then, because I'm
I
an
started drinking in
ambivert,
varsity.
I'm a homebody. Oh, qalela imavalo. Yikho uphuza i-brutal futhi one uphele.
Yabona utshela abantu.
But no, okay, it's not a bad thing. But then me, Groove, I can't take I'm a homebody like that, especially when I'm in my hometown and whether I'm just being in KZN in general. I'm just at home. I don't do a lot of things. If you're calling me, come to my house, and I don't like
through.
visitors. That's the thing. But you should be. I probably like going to meet a person somewhere so that I can just be like, I'll be like, yo, some million girls, I'm going to learn. If Sinkatel, my social battery is charged. So now grooving has been a thing like that. Now, okay, when you groove, mind you used to watch YouTube channels. So when you groove, you have to have hands and all those things.
Yeah, like there are a lot of
Approach.
And then, can we talk about the societal pressures that are also at groove? Why is it that I have to look good at groove, have my makeup on, and be like
Have
I'm
heels.
just there to dance and get drunk? So can I just come in my
That's
sweatpants
my thing.
and my old
Why
sneakers?
would you
Can
wanna
I just
rock your
come and
sweatpants,
drink?
first of all?
Because ngizojuluka. So why kumele ngifake izinto as uncomfortable when I'm supposed to be going to be flexible? Like
Yeah, that is nice.
angiyakuyoxwayiza.
Yeah. But then
I'm
angithi
going
phela
to-
ama-Nigeria afuna nibe petite.
yazi the days
Petite.
izobashaya lapho.
I mean, no, it's about that's another thing that came with university expectations, because there's people who expected the university life to be all glitz and glams to the point whereby they decided to sell their ass and their souls to these people.
True.
So to
It's-
meet that societal pressures that have created themselves in their head from watching movies, YouTube,
And,
social
and
media.
everything like that. So just
So,
I want to ask, ne, from a male perspective, ne, how does it feel when you see ikhrashi yakho mfana
by landing a motor.
Seyifaka ama-weave, seyilala nama-Nigerians,
That is a turn off.
like
Let's say she was a 9, that already makes her a 7 or a 6. Because now how you present yourself actually plays a big role.
a bigger role other than your beauty.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause
How you
now-
present yourself is everything.
You can be pretty. There's hands that, let's say you're a 6, but because you know how to present yourself, demure. It's like you know how to present yourself, you know how to dress nice, you know how to smell good, you know how to take care of yourself that, and that makes you a 7. You get what I'm saying? And then there's hands who are legit 7s, but when you have those aspects, you're going to being an 8. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole twist in terms, because now if you're a 6 and you're also gonna be in Nugu, young
But the
tall,
thing is, like, I don't understand, like, this whole 6, 7, 9, 10. Like,
the ratings.
like, bro, like, mina grades, like, I don't
Awuyidlali le game.
I break the scale. So, like, for you to put me in a scale, it means, like, we'd have to break every scale. Low, 10, 7, 9. I'm scared.
But then that's how it is, bro. Like, it's not like it's a big deal, but then
But
it's
it
just it is a big deal, but not in a sense of like moving in a way. But then it's a thing of, I feel like it is a confident builder. It's constructive criticism, right? Because some people feel shattered if they're
No, it's not. If you go there and they're like, a 3.
you have to work with yourself.
Never. That means I
If
have
you
to
are
lock
fed
myself in my room every single day. So
and
that
work
people
yourself.
Work? No.
Work on yourself.
No.
You see how I spoke about how I changed my reality from just being an ordinary guy to being the guy that is being noticeable, who's noticed like that. Because I know when I walk in a room, people stare and turn heads. You get what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah.
Because now I always say normal is an insult to me. I wake up, like I said, every day I wake up and rock something to
Normal
feel
is an
good,
insult.
not for other people but to feel good. Once I've rocked that outfit, already my persona and my aura changes. So in a sense of like when I have
Like
that
a
outfit,
boost,
yes, a confidence
adrenaline
boost.
boost.
Yes, an adrenaline boost, that is. So it's a thing of like now when I walk in the world or wherever I'm walking in my stage, that is. So it's like now people see you table, they start being screw, yo, my dog, yo, sup, G, I like your fit. Because people are genuine like that, especially here. You'll find people that are genuine. I remember when I was going to church.
We really like we like.
And then there's
honesty.
those mean people.
Labo vele. I need to obvious those are people like ish.
Laba
Angifuni ukusho
badansa
kuningi.
ngendunu. So by John seba mature. Guys, ukuthi semava kusho to mature, guys. But then what's funny, I like the
Dayisa
fact
ngayo,
there's people who come into universities and actually change their perspective. Like this other one artist, right? She's actually changing her own narrative. She came into university and learned something. I don't know whether she started it here. She applied herself, not being funded. I don't know whether should I be speaking about this story, but she blasted it out. She started working and selling and all those things. Now she's able to make a consistent income because she was unfunded. And she now paying everything and everybody's supporting her. So she's learned a business acumen just doing that whole thing. Has
Nice.
put her 10 times smarter.
She's in the front now.
You
if
get
think
what I'm
about
saying?
it. Yeah,
Because
that's
now she's an
beautiful.
entrepreneur.
Yeah,
You
that's
get what I'm
beautiful.
saying?
So other than the degree that she's here for,
Doing-
she already has
has the
something for
business
herself.
acumen.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of like there's people like that. Speaking about business, hey, it's like, okay, let me just not jump from this. It's like just by doing that thing, you can find yourself now, okay, when you get the job and you have money, consistent income, now it's like, yo, let me start a business, let me do construction. Already by know how to do construction, you
Really
know how to
experienced.
sell yourself also. Even though you're not selling anything, but you know how to sell yourself because now you have to get those tenders. You know, like MaMakhize, who have money. That's how she became rich. She sold her BMW 7 Series. You see, her story is very beautiful because the family had sugarcane plantation, even a love and all those things. So it's like, you see, when you come from a good family like that, it is very very foreign to see a kid who actually makes a name for themselves. Hence, even the other siblings we don't know about them.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Because she broke the boundaries and work. As much as she has a lot of corruption going on. But I watched this other video where she was saying it is actually good to negotiate with construction mafias and extortion. Yes, extortionist. Yes, extortionist.
She said it's good.
Yes.
Use the word good.
Yes.
Whoa.
She was
is she
even
trying
doing
to
a
tell us
PR
something?
stunt. I mean, not so long ago, she went to Carte Blanche, and I don't know if I'm saying the word right, where she was being grilled upon her Turks fraud business to a point that it was alleged that she was about to get arrested. And then before even that thing, the rumor died, right? Because she isn't arrested and all those things. But then what is coming about the situation? She does a PR, like a news interview, and she's doing these things. So it's like, yo. What are you telling us? She's just.
So maybe it's not the sugar cane.
It's not the sugarcane. She's
Not
moved.
just the sugar cane.
She went into construction. Let me tell you, I'm from Stenger, right?
Yep.
So most of the areas that RDB houses that have been built in those areas, 70%, if not 80% of them, they have been done by her. From Durban to Stenger, all those RDB houses projects, they have been done by her. To a point where, when I remember this other time when we watched Shaun Mkhize, she even showed a part where they were going to construction sites and all. How do you think she would be able to afford buying a Lamborghini out of the blue, buying a Mercedes 6x6? We're not actually saying that we are trying to bring her down as a black person who broke boundaries like that. But then it's a thing of like, okay, she should do her. You remember when I said all money aesthetic? She's trying to look rich. She has the money too, but then what is under that skin? It seems like she's putting on a facade. Because now if you're not buying a car, we'll think that you're broke.
You're poor, yeah. So now she's doing it for us, is basically what you're meaning.
That's what I'm saying.
So like her now. It's not like a her thing.
No.
It's now a I want them to see thing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why on her birthday she bought herself a Rolls Royce. I don't know what.
Slam my wrestlers through the hood.
It's the one that is an SUV. I actually like that car.
she looked
I
it
forgot
like
the
right
name.
on.
Oh, remember how I said I would buy myself a car?
Oh.
There's a Bentley Spider.
Ooh. Manje usithani sasekuseni manje
Okay.
masiceda.
Success,
Like
it's
okay,
saying,
ekuseni ne.
Let me manifest it. I see
Alright,
myself in that car.
Of
'Cause
course.
It's actually a
I see
good
you
car.
in that car too.
Well,
Please.
minimal if it's in Gaifuna,
You think I want to
but
be driving myself? Yeah, every time I come.
that's why I want like
no.
a car like a Bentley, because now I can sit in the back and have a
Exactly.
driver.
Yeah.
Have maybe a Mercedes Maybach S-Class S500 AMG.
I don't know, cars-
My initials.
I feel like I feel like my husband is gonna be the one like taking care of those things. Like
that is
for
a guy
me-
thing.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is
guy
actually
thing. I don't
questionable
even
if
wanna
you're
know.
not questionable, but then there's guys who actually don't care about cars. That's why I actually
Really?
specifically say that I'm a car enthusiast.
Really, the guys that don't.
Not
I feel like it's just
really,
a
but-
guy thing. Like it's almost like football.
Even a
it's
McLaren.
very rare to
you
find
see
like.
that McLaren. That's the one I wanted to say. Remember when we were saying,
I know the name
what
of
if
the
you
car,
had the
like, I
money?
can't see the
Yes, on
picture.
before
For real.
offset, we were saying if you were given money, yeah, that's the car I would buy. You get what I'm saying? That's the thing. I want a McLaren.
I don't know. Like I know what my first car is gonna be, and when I have like a lot of money after that, I don't know.
G63
I don't
AMG.
know. No, like my first car is gonna be a convertible. Like I want a convertible.
I feel like I'm scared of
Mini
convertibles.
Cooper, pink. Oh my god, I want that
I'm
car.
scared of
It's gonna be my first car. I
convertibles,
feel like
okay.
I'm gonna drive it before I even leave.
But
Boston.
ngoba Dutu and you were still saying and there was no guys, so at least you have an idea.
Yeah, I have an idea
You see
of the
what you
first car.
what you just did. Go back to that question. There's guys who don't care about cars.
About cars,
They don't necessarily don't care. You see what you just explained. They just know that.
They know that.
But me, I'm a car enthusiast because I want to know what engine. I'm not a petrol head. I want to know what engine does it have. I want to know what make is it. What are the aesthetics of the car? The features. What is the spec of the car? Does it have a sunroof? Is it the AMG Sport? You see,
Please, make
all
it
those
pink.
things.
Make it pink and full
That's my
tank. Other
point.
than that, I don't care.
That's my point. Because now, what would you be wanting after that? You get what I'm saying?
hence I'm saying my husband is going to take care of that. My husband or my
But-
brother is going to take care of that.
King of Futi, you know, in my hometown, it has been crazy because dog. You were scared even if to just buy let's say you want to buy yourself a Legend 50, they would steal it.
No,
There's
but you
people who've
can't
been
buy a Legend
killed.
50 uhlala kini. So you can't complain about the crime that's happening in a township when you can afford
It's
a
not
car
even a
of burb.
township. It's I like to call it the countryside. It's not even a township. It's a small town that is situated near Mozambique, the border gate of Mozambique.
countryside.
So
Oh, yeah,
it
you
is
did tell
part
us
of
last
the Maputo corridor. So you see the trade facilitated between South Africa and Mozambique. It literally passes through it. Hence, there's been some development. Now we have a freeway, like 4 lanes and all those things. So we can't actually categorize it as a village, because there's a village, a town, and whatsoever, metropolis and whatsoever.
How?
Angazi.
Okay.
Yes, metropolis. So manje kuyantshontshwa, and the cops are actually doing a job. They've taken SRCs and all those. People still lose their cars. Eh?
Really?
But you know what's good, ne? At
What
least
is-
in South Africa now, the cops are working, because there's been a drug lab being. There was a bust in a drug lab, and you see, and the drugs that were stored there, it was worth 80 million in the affluent suburbs in Thomas Lake near Four Ways.
Whoa.
Just in Jozi. A drug lab with what's this thing, with a lot of them
Our police
narcotics, yes, narcotics worth of 80 million.
did that? Like our police did that?
SEBS, that is.
Like Ubapoisa.
The new minister is
Blue,
not
wee,
coming
wee,
to
wee,
play.
wee. Really?
Remember, there's a new minister. You get what I'm
New.
saying? Yeah,
Okay.
But yes, season and
80 million
But
worth of
Mubwala,
narcotics.
reports indicate that approximately 10 million worth of
Mandrax.
Mandrax tablets have been confiscated during the raid.
Inyawuphi abanye abantwana
Hayi,
balayekile.
Samu. No, phela kodwa ke mina I don't feel sorry for them. Maybe
I
they will
don't
finally
too, hey.
stop ukusibambela inkunzi, because nalokho nje
No,
why
Gamapela, because
bangaqali
like
ngisho
all
nalapho?
this is a link. This links to that, and that leads to that, and
Do you
that
think
leads to
that this is Nigerians?
highly possible? You know why, Nem?
I like your answer.
I feel like us as South Africans, the best that we can do to one another, if it's not influenced by anyone of outside outside the borders,
Yes,
ne?
yes.
The best we can do to each other is to feed each other like nicotine, bro. Not Mandrax.
Cigarettes,
You get what I mean?
tobacco.
Our
into-
uncles, exactly. Our uncles used
Nsango.
to. You get what I mean?
Even
That's the best.
pipe,
That's
yes,
the best we
yes.
do to each other. But when
We've
they
never
want to
been
destroy
those
our society, they want to destroy
They-
how we're
that's why
becoming. They want to
they're
destroy our
interest-
black men.
And then
Because
they
that's
say
who they're
we're
targeting.
obsessed with drugs.
And then that's who they're targeting. You get what I mean? Then now
'Cause,
what they're doing is then thinking, what kind of drug can I give them that is going to cause not only one issue but like a societal issue? Because if you think about it, if I give you Mandrax, then you have to have like money. It's 150 every single day, and then you want this every single
Even
day.
glue,
And you already know good. After
even
I give you
crack,
that,
konke.
I know good. I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna give you this on credit.
Because
Sasa, when you come and buy, you're gonna give me 300 rand, right?
Fact.
Where are you gonna get that money? I know for a fact you're
You're not
employed.
working. Even the ones that are working, they end up being caught. Because I know a person who got fired
Imagine.
because of the fact that she was eating crack. Not crack, I'm a drugs, I can give you because it was an influence from her friends who are actually not working like 9 to 5. You get what I'm saying? One of her friends was just working like a car service, and she had her own business basically, driving people from the airport, and she was making good money
Of
because she was
course, that makes a lot of
affording an
money.
apartment, a bachelor flat apartment, just doing that. But she was working at Bell, I'm not going to mention the name, and then she got fired because of that. Now, my thing, you have a kid, a newborn kid who's less than 2 years, and you're still putting her privy to actually experience the poverty in South Africa that is all like, it is not going to die anytime soon.
Because of Yeah.
It means, you see what teachers include when they say South Africans are unemployable. I get what she said. As much as there is unemployment, it's not actually from the same point of like, yo, we don't have the skills to do that job. It's because it goes back to what I said. We're not passionate about our jobs. That's why we'll start doing things. People are going to work drunk. Even if you're on, standby, you're still getting drunk because you know, as much as I'm working ngisebenzela imali inyuka nje yona kuphela ebalekile, so you end up doing all these things just for the sake of doing that.
Just for the sake of doing
That's
them.
why abantu baxoshwa, abanye bayaresign emsebenzini just
For
because
crack.
you get what I'm saying.
Bro.
Umuntu umbone because usegcina dayisa yonke into furniture and all of those things, just like uMbuyiseni Ndlozi retired from actually EFF. That is very questionable.
Mina guys ngisasho Jacob. Okay.
Jacob, he hasn't announced which party is he going to.
Who wants to guess?
MK. I don't even think that is even a guess. It's a
Unless
thing
of course he is a traitor who turned us and went to the white people, which is DA. But there are only two logical other parties that he would join. Because everyone
ANC
is
is
now
not an option.
we like our goal right now is to make sure ANC falls. But also, I don't want us to be narrow-minded as South Africans and only think about the falling of ANC. Who takes over after that?
But then, even the MK party is not fit to take care of South
No,
Africa.
it's not. Jacob is not fit to rule.
Because
That's what people don't understand.
Not that he's gonna redress a lot of things, but then
He's not fit to rule.
it is gonna be a slow progress. But it will be better than what Ramaphosa is doing. You get what I'm saying? In the sense of like, it will be more for black people, rather more for the rich. The rich get richer, the poor gets poorer. That's what is happening right now in South Africa.
Like we
That's why even-
capitalist country. Of course, that's how it is.
It is, but now the rich dictate how we get our money. That's why they want us to stay there. Did you see that there's an introduction of the 2-point system retirement thing? Now they're trying to even fuck with our benefits so that we don't get. That's how people mostly start up their life. Because when you get that 1.5 million, 1 point something million when you retire, now you see, okay, let me build apartments, let me do this so I have an income that will sustain me. From those apartments they build you another, they actually have a lifespan. Now when you die, your kids already have this amount of assets. So they're trying to even they are now giving you an option to actually withdraw that. I think it's 10 if not 20% of your retirement that is put in your savings that you can withdraw anytime. Let's say you have an emergency. Let's say you want to withdraw 15,000, there's also gonna be tax, meaning that you're gonna get plus minus 7,000 from that. So it's already a scam. It's reverse psychology. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
But
I
at the
do.
same time, the 20% doesn't accumulate to that interest that it compares to the other 80%.
Damn.
It's
It's so true. And then like when you retire, then you get 200,000.
umuntu angasabi namali. That's my point.
Because 200,000 is like having
That's my
200 rands.
point. Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Like how
I
much, how
laughed,
much can you
June.
do with 200?
But I
rands?
can do a lot of things.
Go 200.
I'll flip that 200,000 into a 500K. Give me 2 years. I would get into the logistic company, get myself bikes, get myself a car, maybe an i10, if not 2, cash, put it on Uber. 10 bikes, a bike is like plus minus 10K. Those 10 bikes, Uber, it makes to me 2.8K a week. One bike times 10. And a car makes me plus minus 2K per week. Then that's 8K. Maintenance is minus like 4 bikes. Each bike is 700 rand maintenance, because just to be specific and have business savings, and then the rest goes to your savings. Me, I believe in annual profit splits of annually. You get what I'm saying? But in 2 years now, I'm gonna be having like more than 300K, and that 300K can build me apartments. From that, you get what I'm saying? It's how you expand. Now you end up getting to a point, okay, now per year I'm getting 1 million. How do I structure that million to get me another million? You get what I'm saying? That's when I said, you remember how you all asked us how much would you eat today if you had money like that? And I said 200K. It's because on that 200K, even if I'm rich like that, I will still try to maximize on making it more. Even if it means I get clothes, I know those clothes are an investment. If I go to an art gallery and I buy a painting, that is also an investment. You get what I'm saying? As much as people may look at it as a luxury, but at the same time, 5 or 10 years later, I'm going to be the only person who has this piece. Now, when I auction that piece, everybody would be wanting it because it comes from an old edition. Mind you that these big brand companies don't do what do you call this, retro clothes like that, especially when you look at the LV, the Louis Vuitton. There's a group that has Louis Vuitton, Dior, and all these brands and all those things. They don't do retros like that. So if you're buying a bag now, or you're buying an item now, or a coat, a Burberry coat, I want a Burberry coat, and I'm having it for the next 20 years because I know how to take care of clothes. 20 years time, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is not in plentiful supply. By that time, I'm having the current things, mind you. So I reschedule my wardrobe, sell all those things. I get plus minus 50K, 50 million. Because now I have all of these items, I'm selling it at an auction. These items are in demand. That's what I also do with cars. That's how I view visions with cars. I would still buy that MK1, the City Golf. You get what I'm saying? I'll still buy the old Porsche Panamera, something like that. I'll still buy the old Mercedes A-Class. You get what I'm saying? Like the old cars, even the Mercedes C200, compressor, you get what I'm saying? But then the compressor is too boring. But the older ones, you get what I'm saying? No, why? 10 years to 20 years later, those cars and everything that I've put in those cars, have it well maintained, just parked there in my garage. I'm not meaning I'm going to drive all these cars. By the time I get to the point, I auction it. Because there's car collectors right there. And there's people from abroad who want to get these cars. So it's not that I'm accumulating this so much to give it away. But at the same time, it makes so much business sense to actually turn your money into assets. Because assets accumulate, especially if you buy. They always say a car is a liability, right? But then it depends on what car do you get. If you're getting a Polo, of course it's a liability because you're buying it on installment. But if you're getting it cash and you make it work for you, it's not a liability. It's all about how you think of things. It's like, and there's, I always say I want to be the 10 percentile, like your Patrice Motsepe is, Motsepe or Tipa, I don't know, Tipa. Yeah, you see those people, clearly they have a different mindset. I'm not saying it's the same as mine, but the way I've studied all business that I want to tap into, because I told you this other time that I studied a logistics course during lockdown, and I did a financial budgeting course and whatnot.
I did a lot of things during lockdown, and a lot of people didn't do anything.
I was studying during lockdown. When I came back to school, I was an A student. I was the top science student when I went back to school. Not science, but math student. You get what I'm saying? And I significantly improved. So it's a thing of like how I used my time. Time is of the essence. My geography teacher used to say, time wasted is never regained. Time wasted is never regained. It's a small sentence, but it has a power.
Through the hourglass.
You get what I'm saying?
So are the days
of our lives. Yes, but then it's funny how we also went down. And it's crazy how South Africa has actually changed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
it's a thing of like, I've seen a video of a woman there was a video of women basemathuneni, and they decided to actually
they buried themselves?
Not bazingcwabela.
So
there was no men that were doing the thing. They were women, all the women. It was
pro-women. Everybody
and the caption was like,
we don't need men.
Yes, because now it's all women actually, but but then, hey, let's go to music trends, ne? because we're about to wrap. Actually, we still have to do confessions. I wanted to speak about. I've seen a lot of confessions that are actually bad.
Hey, but now, did you guys check out the UW's confession group chat?
It's too much.
They're by Instagram.
Yeah.
The fuck are UW students saying?
It's too much, dog. I ain't gay.
Yeah,
But then, this week there has been a lot that has been happening with music. Ne? As much as there's not a lot of that's been happening, besides the fact that Areece went to 60, a Red Bull 60 bars, I don't know.
What is?
Yeah, he did a freestyle for them. And as much as it was dope, hey guys, I'm tired of Areece.
Why
I feel like
Areece?
it's because he's stagnant. I am a pro Areece person, but at the same time, it's tiring to see a person being at the same point over and over again, and they don't show growth. Instead, even the quality of their music is starting to deteriorate. So it's like, okay, fine, we know that you can reach that pinnacle, but when you
reach it now, please.
Yes. We are tired. And even when he was at his point, it wasn't a thing. But he was rating his albums. Isn't
it the woman?
I don't know. I mean, she's managing him.
That's the problem. You don't mix business with pleasure. Like, Flauco is a musician. I don't know nothing about
his name
that.
Is Flauco.
Angenda, like
yeah,
no. Actually, you pronounce it wrong, but no.
Flauco.
Asgenda. Ladies and gentlemen, you did not just hear that. You know.
But then he said Paradise 2 is number 1, which is a surprise because.
But in his books? Oh. Why not specify?
And then Paradise 2, he was rating his albums, his catalog actually. And Paradise 2 is number 1.
What is his favorite song then?
He didn't specify.
Should have told us.
And then he said From Me to You and Only You is number 2. And then there's Paradise, which is also number 3. And then he goes on to say that Paradise.
I don't know. Hey, I mean, I feel like it's top 3. I can shuffle. I'm telling you, Paradise. Because Paradise for me is that album.
But then she says that she hadn't gotten creative control in that at that time.
It's how you said she. Do you think it's the manager? I go back to that point.
The manager is a guy, Khosi, but then it's very tricky because that's why he had a lot of.
Didn't she say she was like the road manager or shit?
No. Oh, who? Raquel. Yeah, she was the road manager and all of that.
Like Magapume music.
That's why you take Paradise to your right hand. The Paradise 2 book expect you to have an idea, right? Got that we are to you get what I'm saying?
I don't even know one song.
Now why is it not being pushed? It's because it doesn't have the crew that would do a team that would put him out like that. So it's like but when's an Areece no, but sibamithi sene so ayikintanga yenza. So nje into engiqedayo yabo mubu Areece ayenza lezi zinto lezi.
Uvela ucabanga ukuthi other artists bayenza
kanjani because buku Drake
young artists coming up.
Yeah, but Drake has kept his consistency because right now he's the first male artist in history to have 10 projects surpass that is 3 billion streams on Spotify.
Nice.
Male artist, first ever male artist.
That means there's a female that's done that before?
Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah,
he comes after Taylor
Swift. A lot, hey. And I know her from Blank Space.
I don't know her from any song.
Really, I just know
I've
her
never
from
listened to Taylor Swift. Going to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. But then another thing that's interesting is that Lil Yachty and Drake seem to have a beef because Lil Yachty unfollowed Drake on Instagram. That is a very big side eye.
So there are people who are on the media every day, like scrolling through Drake's followers to see who he follows, who he doesn't.
That's because that's journalism. Not that I'm a journalist, but that's how you do research. Whatever other people are not looking at, that's what you look at. That's what interests you. Build a story from that. Even if the story is fabricated there and there, but then...
Obviously, they all fabricated.
No, yes, but then it's a thing of like, you make it your story, tell it the way your point.
Because
we all have different lenses of viewing life. So if I view it in this perspective and I get other story to support my hypothesis or something, so it hasn't been proven. But then what I've got evidence to support that statement. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So if they unfollowed each other and they've been like boys like that, what would it mean? It will mean that actually they don't want to be friends anymore.
It would mean that Kendrick Lamar wasn't lying.
I like how you use that sound. I like how you use that sound. But then I wanted to think into to do confessions now, because I was scrolling on Instagram and this confessions page hit me. But then it's funny. Okay, since I vala guys, because it told me. But like, it's like I broke up with my boyfriend today, and he called me a few hours late. No, that's not the one. That is, it's boring. I don't want to do that. It's like my ex-best friend fucked on my bed, and I found out about it a month later, which basically means that I slept with the same bed sheets and their fluids were all over my sheets. This one is from a divorce. Why niggas
No, why?
room?
Wait, why was you for a whole month bedding?
Yes, that is a very important
Bedding the
factor.
whole month.
Because every 2 weeks you have to literally
you
change.
sweat. So when the whole month.
On top of what if
No,
they come
we
on
see.
the bed?
Never mind the best friend. Engingila, wena.
Obunogo. And like, yo, that's too much, guys. That's too much. Gag. Why you
It's too
bolege room?
disrespectful though. Don't fuck
Why
on
you
someone's
bolege
bed.
room?
Like, don't fuck on
Why you
someone's bed.
babolege room? But then it is what it is, fam. And that is Friday. Facts for today. It is episode 8 actually, and
And
we
it
are
was
about
nice.
to be out. It was nice. This one we freestyle because I didn't have a lot of things to speak about, to be honest.
Mic drop check.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
family, thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends. So that
Turn
they
on
can
the
tell
post
their other
notification.
friends.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook,
And all social media. In Twitter, we go by fried_up_facts.
You get what I mean?
And on
then do
YouTube,
make
it's
sure.
like Grandpa the Painkiller with no spaces. That what are we saying? G?
Siyabonga. I was telling them because they must make sure that even their grandparents
Know about this.
Because trust me, they do want to know.
They have to learn.
Anyway,
because
family, this was Fried Up Facts, and it was lovely having you. Tune in. We will see you next week.
another day, another episode. Peace
Mic drop.
and love. And that was a lucky shoot, eh? I like how we started it out of the blue. It's like,
It wasn't happy. Hey, yo, what's good, family?
I know.
Also, why am I learning chocolate? Yeah, don't
Bebadla, like love.
Please don't tell me no.
It's
Nothing
chai.
is unfortunate. What do you mean, guys? Like they had 4 chocolates and there's a 4 of us. Each
Like.
had 2. That means they don't love us.
So